The spirit of adventure continues! I guess. What was I gonna do for today? Oh my goodness, I'm totally spaced. Okay, so... this should be a lot easier than you would think it would be, because you're really just picking out a camera and then videotaping yourself for like maybe 5 minutes, and then that's it. I should just be able to bang this out. And... it's not that simple. It should be, but it's not. Anyway, as far as topics for the week go, I guess since everyone kind of had to make videos, then that's whatever. I have a new semester. I mean, today is technically Martin Luther King Day. There's an example. Fantastic holiday where someone died because we are all antagonistic bitches. And then I saw a bunch of videos today about how Hitler was actually not as terrible as we make him out to be, and that because we were the victors, we were able to write history. And some of his speeches actually make a lot of sense. And actually, Mein Kampf isn't too terrible either. This is Gordon's law, where as a conversation progresses, the chances of Hitler becoming a topic becomes 1. I guess I just wanted to expedite the process. Today's topic is Nazis. White supremacy is actually not. It's not as much of a. It's okay. It's not as much of an issue here as I would have thought, but it is still like an issue. Because I have had to tell people that they're buggeringly retarded, but that's high school. So yeah, Nazis. I think that they are the most hilarious form of, I don't know, racial problem that there is, because as far as blonde hair and blue eyes goes, that's not really super interesting. But I think that there is a certain sort of beauty in it, because when you get past the fact that they were all united under one enemy, which actually a lot of times is what unites people, they did seem to have a sort of camaraderie based on that. It was always us versus them, and as far as teamwork goes, that is actually one of the most stable, longest lasting agreements, is that, you know, we're gonna fight this guy down. It's normally a larger quantity of people versus a smaller quantity of people, but at the end of like World War II, they had like half of Europe. Like, they made Greece look like a bunch of little bitches, because back then they had strategic advantage. Nah, not really. I mean, whatever Hitler had, everybody else had. Yeah, all of Europe was really on the defense. They were getting their asses whooped. Then America was all like, oh, hell no. So there's that. I mean, as far as a relatively militaristic society goes, Hitler and the Nazis did do a fairly good job. I mean, see, I am forced to rationalize Nazis, and I can do this, actually, because if you think about it, at the end of World War I, in the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was gonna have to do something at some point, because there's no way that a country can function at that level of economic disparity. And then on top of that, instead of, I guess, and you have to think that, you know, they killed so many people, and that's terrible, but we kind of, I mean, Genghis Khan killed, I don't know how many people they killed. I know that he conquered a similarly large quantity of Europe, as well as Greece, and because we don't have the numbers, we don't regard them as terrible societies. And then you take it at like one guy, you kill one guy, you're a murderer. You kill 100 guys, you're like a psychopath. If you kill like 1,000 people or 10,000 people, you're a conqueror. And it just seems to get up and up and up until you become like this mythic figure. And Hitler just happened to be the image of disparity, because it was connected to a religious group who then could under the guise of religion, say, you know, this is really, really terrible, and I'm aware that we've done a lot of terrible things to other religions and whatnot, but I think that we should progress as a society with two different fronts. One of them being, we need to stop paying each other for our ancestors' mistakes because you and I never took part in it, for the most part. I mean, it's like, it's been maybe 70 years since the Indians have been kicked out of their front, and we still treat it like it's a no-no topic, when it's completely irrelevant now. The eradication of their culture happened to a lot of people. I mean, for example, a lot of people's cultures have been homogenized in the Middle East as sand castles and fucking votive rugs. People in you know, France and England and a lot of the more civilized countries, they have this sort of punk pop that they are hosting now. That previous culture's been destroyed. I don't think that a culture or a society being destroyed is something that necessarily is a different society's fault, but rather it's the progression of time, since culture is by itself a point in time. Yeah. Perfect example of this. Oh, fuck. Okay, if I think about it, I'll post the video later. But I have to get stuff done, and I spent like 5 minutes, and I do have like a light shining directly into my eyes, and that's burning my corneas. So, yeah, there's some thought blurbs about Hitler. Feel free to hit me with a spoon, or a water bottle like Justin Bieber. But I think that we should find the next Nazi and have him describe it poetically, and then that way we won't have to hit him with a shoe. Also, Britney Spears is a Dementor, and if you get her death kiss, then you die. That's the fact of the day. Bye.